All right, so today we are going into worksheet 2. This is just our second lesson. All right. So we are doing diffusion and osmosis. Okay. Have you already, Sherman, have you completed? Yeah, okay, good. Watching the video and finish up the worksheet already?
No,
You haven't, how come?
I was quite busy this week.
Quite busy this week. Okay,
Yeah,
next week onwards, you have to do it, no? Yeah, otherwise cannot keep up.
okay.
Okay. Now look at the slides. Okay, did your school cover this yet?
No,
Transport in living things. Then we talk about diffusion and osmosis. Okay, these are important processes. Transport in living things is like the movement of substances, all right, throughout the whole system of the organism, be it humans, be it plants. Okay, they are carried out by two processes: diffusion, osmosis. Okay, or usually, in primary school, you only learn is move here and there, up and down, okay, from which organ to which organ, etc. But to be more specific, how do these substances move? Okay, it's via processes like diffusion as well as osmosis. So these terms are important. Diffusion is the net movement of solute, okay, or you call it molecules, or you call it particles, from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Okay. For example, how come you can smell food that is cooked in the kitchen? Then you feel hungry. In a school, sometimes, depending on the location of a classroom, sometimes you can smell food from the canteen, right? And then your stomach will start growling. Okay. Yeah, that's how we detect. Okay, our nose can actually detect different smell. Okay, even people spraying perfume at the corner of a room quietly, you can smell it after some time. If somebody were to fart, you can also smell it, isn't it? Then you start questioning who's the one who farted, stuff like that. I mean, it happened in my classroom many times. Okay, there are students who actually, ate something not so good, and then they started, releasing the gas. Then we'll have a joke and then laugh it out. All right. Now, this is another term important, okay? Partially permeable membrane is a membrane that allows small molecules to pass through, but do not allow the bigger molecules. So how does it look like? Okay, look at the partially permeable membrane. It has got holes or pores, all right? And then look at the tiny molecules. Okay, these tiny particles can move through, but then the bigger ones, especially this, cannot. You will get stuck. Okay, so it's prevented from moving. So far, okay? What is osmosis? Another process. Okay, osmosis, I want you to note here, it is actually the net movement. Usually we just mention water molecules from a region of higher water concentration to a region of lower water concentration. So the keyword is water concentration, right? And then it takes place through a partially permeable membrane. I also want you to take note, okay, osmosis is a special type of diffusion because it's still movement from high concentration region to low concentration region. However, it involves water molecules. Okay, so this diagram shows you, okay, left-hand side, a lot of water molecules. Then the right-hand side, you have some sugar inside. So this is actually sugar solution. Okay, they even call it concentrated. So how does water move? It's going to move from a place of higher water concentration to a place that has lesser water concentration. So we only focus on the water molecules. Here, got a lot of sugar, very little water. So this is very sweet, isn't it? If you are tasting it, it becomes very sweet. Here, it's just plain water. So water will move from a region of higher water concentration to a region of low water concentration. So far, so good. Okay, this is how osmosis takes place. Okay. Right. Just now was like a picture showing you a section of it. So now if I were to show you, I have this particular beaker. Okay, and then the beaker, I put this permeable membrane, or should I say partially permeable membrane, okay, in between. All right, so over here, now I show dilute. Just now I showed just pure water, isn't it? Now I show dilute sugar solution, not so sweet. Dilute sugar means little sugar. Little sugar, okay, got more water, right? So concentration of water is higher. The other side, I have, okay, more sugar, less water, very sweet solution. So you can see, right, these are the sucrose molecules. And then the tiny ones are the water molecules. They are more here compared to the other side. Meaning, because higher concentration of water molecules on the left side, okay, these cause water molecules to move through the partially permeable membrane to the side that has lower concentration of water. Okay, so I have high concentration here, and then here lower concentration. So water will move over. Yes or no? Until you get the same concentration. So they will taste equally sweet, something like that. If I were to explain in my own words, they will taste equally sweet. Aaron, so far okay, Aaron? I can't see your face, Aaron.
Yeah.
You following?
Yeah.
Good. So can you see that the arrows are pointing both direction? Can see or not? Do you know why? Because molecules and atoms are constantly moving. Okay, I cannot say that, once they become the same concentration, then the water molecules don't move, The water molecules are so small, can move through the partially permeable membrane. So it's like they will keep moving, all right, but the concentration stays the same. When one move here, the other one will move to the right. Okay, can you see that? So there will be no net movement. Doesn't mean, wow, a lot in this case here, a lot of water molecules are moving to the right side because the other side, not enough water molecules. So they always even out in the same ratio. That's why same concentration is achieved. Okay? And it's going to stay like this, We did the experiment, it really looked like this. Okay, I hope you can try out the experiment in school also. Can I move on? Okay, if you have watched the video in the portal, this is one part that tells you why is it that diffusion and osmosis is important. Okay, it's important in living things. Okay, for example, human body, our digested food are small molecules. How does it move from the intestine to the blood? It actually diffuses through the intestinal wall. The word is diffuses. Diffuses suggests diffusion. Oxygen also diffuses from the lungs into the blood. Okay, and then the blood moves throughout our body to distribute the oxygen. Then it will carry the carbon dioxide back to the lungs, right? And then the carbon dioxide will diffuse from the blood into the lungs. And the carbon dioxide is released from our body. Right. So all these things you have to know. When you were in primary school, you only learn about how the digested food move from intestine to the blood. You don't know exactly how they move. So now you know, right? And over here in plants, what happens in plants? Remember the air, okay, or gases move in and out of the stomata? How do they move? It's by diffusion, okay? Photosynthesis. Oxygen diffuses from the cells of the leaf through the stomata into the air. Because in photosynthesis, plants make food as well as produces oxygen. So oxygen is released by diffusion. How about the water and the minerals? Okay, water and minerals in the soil actually goes into the root hair cells by osmosis. Okay, by osmosis. Okay. Sorry, I correct myself. Water enter the roots from the soil by osmosis. Dissolved minerals are dissolute, right? So they diffuse from the soil into the root hair cells. Can? So Sherman, you will need to watch the video when you have time. You will understand better. Quick video. All right. So just now you saw the video just showing you how the molecules move for diffusion osmosis. Dialysis is a good application based on the understanding of how the molecules move through the membranes. They can actually help patients who have kidney failure clean their blood. Okay, so let's look at the first question. You will take turns to answer. Can? Take turns to answer. Then we will go by alphabetical order. That means Aaron, you will go first, followed by Esther, and then Sherman. So Aaron, this question, diffusion, refers to the spontaneous process in which molecules spread from regions of concentration to regions of concentration. When the molecules are evenly distributed throughout, we say that is reached.
C.
C? Did you say C?
Yeah.